Bitcoin completes a two-way structure rotation as price re-enters the upper structure. This update follows the desk logs for January 1st, January 5th, and January 13th. The MacroStructure framework itself remains unchanged. What has evolved is price behavior as Bitcoin continues to work through the structure in the opening weeks of 2026. All reference points in this desk log are state-dependent and derived from the current market structure. As price behavior evolves, structure can change, and with it, the relevant reference levels. This applies across all timeframes, from intraday execution to higher timeframe structure, for clarity and consistency in communication. Major structural pivots are expressed at the nearest rounded reference zones, while micro-level references are calculated and tracked using exact values. This approach keeps the focus on context and response as conditions evolve. Bitcoin has now completed a full two-way structure rotation, keeping January gains above the December opening line and the 2025 opening trade area, centered around Micro 3 at 93,288. The key development in this update is the breakout through the ceiling of the upper structure. Price pushed through the 95,804 region and cleared the 97,000 structural pivot, a resistance band that had capped upside attempts repeatedly since November 2025, as outlined in earlier desk logs. Clearing this zone completes the rotation back into the upper structure and confirms acceptance above a level that previously defined the recovery ceiling. With this rotation complete, Bitcoin is now structurally aligned with the May 2025 breakout phase, the regime that previously expanded toward the 126,300 area later in the year. This alignment does not imply repetition. It places current price action back into a known structural environment, allowing behavior to be observed in context rather than assumed. Price is now trading within the upper microstructure, with two broad behavioral paths defined by the structure. Sustained acceptance above the 97,000 zone would signal an attempt to transition into the next structural phase. Failure to maintain acceptance above this area may result in rotation within the upper structure, broadly bounded between 95,804 and 90,966. The central pivot near 88,890 remains the balance point between the upper and lower structures. Holding above this level maintains the two-way structure intact. Loss of this balance zone would reopen the lower structure, with reference support spanning approximately 87,000 to 82,000. This desk log does not forecast direction. It documents how Bitcoin responds to an adaptive, state-dependent structure where prior resistance has transitioned. Balance is being maintained, and how price interacts with reference areas that evolve as conditions change. Structure provides context. Price reveals acceptance or rejection. Stay connected to the MacroStructure trading desk. You're welcome to subscribe and follow updates as prices trade around these crucial levels. These desk updates document a structure-first process, observing how price accepts or rejects predefined levels over time. Coverage spans from futures, commodities, forex, bonds, crypto, stocks, and indices, with structure providing context before direction. This observation is for informational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice.